Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do this video before my hair starts growing back because I hope it can help someone in some way. This video is, I'm not sure what I'm going to call this yet, but it's sort of a makeup tutorial if you've lost your hair, you're having chemo, that sort of thing. I'm just going to share with you my tips on how I do my makeup when I don't have any hair, eyebrows or eyelashes, and yeah, obviously you don't need to wear makeup. Personally for me, when I wear makeup I just feel better, just because I feel more confident in myself, and I don't wear it for anyone else, I wear it for myself so I feel more confident. So yeah, I hope this can help with someone's confidence or just give someone some tips. Without further ado, shall we just get into the video? Even though I've already filmed it as I'm saying that. So personally for me, I like to have a really sort of hydrated face, and I think that's really important, especially when you're going through chemo, because sometimes your skin can get dried out, and I know when I have chemo I don't really do my proper skincare routine just because I'm feeling too tired and stuff, but it is important to make sure that you do moisturise. So the moisturiser that I've been using is the Sukin Facial Moisturiser. As you can see, it's sort of free of everything. And another thing that I've been using and loving is the Willow Berry Nutrient Boost Treatment Oil. You put this on before your moisturiser, I guess just once a day. I usually do it at night, but this just gives sort of an extra hydration and glowiness to your skin. I'm going to put a tiny bit of this on now, just because I haven't put it on today, and it's meant to be good before makeup as well. My skin looks a bit more glowy. Then I'm going to take my moisturiser, moisturise my face. Usually after that I go in with my eyebrows. So obviously when you have chemo, most of the time, some chemos don't, a lot of the time chemo makes you lose your hair. And with that comes losing eyebrows and eyelashes. So eyebrows are obviously quite an important factor in your makeup routine if you are going through chemo. And obviously you don't have to fill your eyebrows in. For me, I personally like to fill them in, and well, not even fill them in, draw them on. Anyway, the product that I love using is the L'Oreal Micro Tattoo Brow Artist. So as you can sort of see, it looks a bit like a fork, and the benefit of that is that when you use it, it sort of looks more like eyebrow hairs. So when you draw it on, it's sort of like hairs, if that makes sense. So this is a really good product in my opinion. So I'm not amazing at this. This is a good product that I can recommend for you. So what I do first is I draw underneath. And then on the top I sort of make the shape, but I do it more like this. So then the top of the eyebrow looks more like hairs. So I just go along the top. So it probably looks a bit of a funny shape at the moment, but I will sort it out. I'm gonna just do the other side up to this point and then I'll come back. So they are looking a bit slug-like at the moment. But then what I do is I just get an eyeshadow brush, take an eyeshadow that matches the colour of my eyebrows. Just mix this one and this one together from the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. And then I just sort of dot or sort of pat over the top of the eyebrow to set it so it doesn't come off. Make it a bit darker. It's not so like blocked out, if that makes sense. If you're just doing it lightly, it's sort of, I don't know, I just like the look of how it comes out. The next step is quite an important step for me, especially because these are looking like two slugs at the moment. Take my concealer, this is a Too Faced Born This Way one, but obviously you can use whichever one you have, and sort of a square-headed brush. Get a bit of concealer on the brush. I clean up the eyebrow by going underneath and a bit on top, just to get it into a nicer shape and not looking so much like a slug. And I like to make the arch a bit bigger here, because sometimes when I fill it in, it comes quite low, and then you can sort of see there, like you can't really see this shape of the eyebrow. If you get the arch sort of more defined, you can sort of see the difference of why carving it out makes it look a bit better. But the primer that I'm going to use is the Stila One Step Prime. And what I like to do is take my Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow, and obviously you don't have to buy expensive makeup. Drugstores have such amazing makeup that's really good. So I think L'Oreal do a primer similar to this. For foundation, this is a really good cheap foundation. It's by The Ordinary and it's their serum foundation. I'm in the shade 2.0N. This is such a good foundation because it's like £5 to £6. Also, it's a serum foundation, so it's really sort of lightweight. It's really liquidy, but it's not like really full coverage at all. But if you want sort of like it to just look like your skin, but just you're just like flawless, but it doesn't look like you're wearing foundation, then this is really good. You can use your hands to blend it in because it's sort of like a serum, so you just use your hands and it just blends out so easily. You can also use a beauty blender or makeup sponge if you have one, but if you're not really into makeup and you just don't have any makeup brushes or anything, then you can just use your hands. A little of this goes a long way, literally half a pump you need, and you can just blend it out really easily. It's really quick. Then I take my concealer, again using the Too Faced Born This Way one. I love this concealer, I think it's so good. You just sort of do a triangle shape under your eyes just to brighten them up, because obviously when you're going through chemo you're probably really tired. And then I blend this out just using my sponge in sort of dotting motions. I like to set my face using a sheer more glowy powder rather than a really matte powder, because I think again when you're going through chemo, well me especially, my face just sort of looks a bit dull and just sometimes a bit lifeless, so it's nice to be nice and glowy. So this is the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting powder. Just use this big brush and just do outward sort of motions, and it just sets your foundation and concealer down, but it doesn't give you a really matte cakey look. Then I like to do bronzer. I would recommend, probably if you're not that into makeup, buying sort of a palette like this that has bronzer, blush and a highlighter, so then you don't have to buy 3 separate products. It probably works out cheaper if you buy a sort of palette. I really like using this, and I think the bronzer in it's really good. It is a bit small, but it's still good bronzer. And I like to use a big powder brush for this, and I just get it off the brush. So I just sort of go, like sort of squeeze your cheekbones in, and I just sort of turn to the side, and I just do it like really like light-handedly, but in circular motions, just so it really warms up your whole face, but also gives you a nice contour. Then I put up my forehead, and then I actually bring it onto my head as well, just because of the colour difference. Just bring it all on my neck, just so it all blends out nicely. And then I take an eyeshadow brush. I put a bit of concealer on my eyelids when I did under my eyes. I just sort of brought it up and then I set it with the powder. I'm going to take the bronzer from this same palette. In this way you don't need to buy loads of different products. If you just want a nice sort of glowy bronzed look, then you may as well just use the same colour. And then I take the highlighter in this palette. Obviously you can use actual eyeshadow if you have a palette that you like using. opens them up a bit, makes it look a bit more glowy, obviously. That seems to be my favourite word. Step is eyeliner, and you don't have to do this, but if your eyelashes have fallen out, then sometimes it's nice to just draw a line of black on. Obviously it doesn't make it look like you've got eyelashes, but you know what I mean, because you have that thicker blackness where your eyelashes would be. So this is the Super Cat eyeliner from Soap & Glory. As you can see, my eyes just look a bit more defined. I take this palette again, this sort of rounded brush, and I take the blush in the middle, put it on the tops of my cheekbones. I would not recommend just doing like 2 dots like that because that just doesn't look natural. As I'm using this palette already, I may as well use the highlighter, and I just take a brush like this, a bit on, put it on my cheekbones, and then I put a bit on my cupid's bow, tiny bit on the tip of my nose, and then just highlight my brow bone, put a bit in my inner corner just to open my eyes up a bit more. And then the final part is lip gloss or lipstick or whatever you want to use. I'm using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Fussy. So this is the finished makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that it helped someone in some way. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you have any video requests or suggestions, then just comment them down below. I'm going to try and start posting at least once a week. So yeah, you'll be seeing more of this face. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!